All right, guys, these are the fat loss mistakes to avoid, part two. I made a part one, so this is the second one. And as I keep going along, there might be some more, so I'll make some more videos, but there's a lot more mistakes that we do when it comes to fat loss, so let's get started. I made those mistakes again, so you don't have to. This is for the beginners and people that are struggling to get results. I wasted years doing this wrong, and if you're a beginner, I'm about to save you a lot of time and frustration. I was struggling with the concept of nutrition and mostly lack of knowledge. Again, as you get older, you learn, so it's all good. Cultural background also can have a lot to do with it. Again, that goes back to education and lack of knowledge, tradition, things like that. First one, doing too much too fast. We all, especially if you get started, you start seeing some results. It's very easy to, do too much because you're so addicted to the results. In some cases, it's good. In some cases, it's bad. So, and I guess until you experience it, both sides, you won't know where the threshold is. But as a personal story, at some point, I got burnt out, some little injuries because I would literally train the same body part every day, thinking that, oh man, the more the better, not factoring in recovery. So injury, sometimes you get burnt out, you quit. First, I tried to do insanity in my garage when I weighed 240 pounds. I was sweating and out of breath, and I got a cold from the temperature change. So I was in the garage, hot, sweaty, did the insanity. My shirt was dripped up. Then once I got inside, it was cold. Guess what? The heat and the cold together. Mind you, my immune system was bad because I was 240 pounds on top of that. So I got sick very easily. And I had a history with asthma. The lesson that I learned is why slow and progressive overload works better. Being deconditioned is good because the only way is up from there. Deconditioned. Yeah, so being deconditioned is not a bad thing if you're just starting because you could only get better. Also, um, a beginner tip is start 3 times a week. Focus on form, getting your form down. Start with the lighter weights. You know, increase the intensity, but not too much where you can't really handle it or finish the workout. And as you get through all the weeks, you'll realize that hey, I could push myself a little bit more and more and more and more. Your body will adapt, and you get your protein in and all that stuff. You'll be able to adapt to new levels. Get a low volume, full body workouts with time and adjust to your preferred split. So start with a full body workout, low volume, full body workout, and then progress from there. I enjoy push pull legs from time to time. Sometimes I enjoy upper and lower, but I use each of these splits as I need to. Depends on my schedule and lifestyle at the moment. If I'm very busy, I'll do full body 3 times a week, sometimes close to four. I could do upper and lower. If I have more time in my hands, push pull legs, bodybuilding style. Next, we tend to think that exercises fix bad diet. So we tend to think that, oh no, if we just work out more, You just eat whatever you want. I was actually told that when I was 240 pounds. Yeah, bro, just work out. I work out, I eat whatever I want, and look at me. And they were, decently lean. But what I did not know is their background. What did I understand is, hey, this person was an athlete their whole life. Their metabolism was fast. So compared to me, I was an athlete, but I stopped being an athlete. I got overweight. My metabolism was slow. I had asthma. So two different worlds. I couldn't afford to go on a bad diet, you know, on a whatever diet and get lean. I wasn't active that much. I wasn't really that active. So it depends on the person. But us thinking that exercise fixes a bad diet is not true. You cannot outtrain a bad diet. Yeah, eating more because you worked out, something you always hear from high school football players, because they run drills, then go work out, and then do something else after. So they're always like extra active, burning crazy amounts of calories. So they eat whatever they want most of the time. But the average person isn't like that. So we need to, keep that in mind. Just like everything, there is context and nuance to every statement. So the first year I worked out, I did that and I just got bigger. You know, I lifted some weights, got stronger, but I got bigger because I didn't watch my diet. I was eating what the hell I wanted. My metabolism was already slow, but the players they were fast, and I thought, oh, I could replicate that. Nope. Calories in versus calories out. Simply eat less than you burn, or burn more than you eat. Yeah, yeah. Calories in and out. That's the way. However, the quality of the calories matter. So that's a mistake that I made too. I'm thinking calories in, calories out, it don't matter. Yeah, you could still lose weight, lose fat. However, body composition and overall well-being is a different game. Track meals along with basic protein and fiber meals. Yes, so track your meals along with prepping will definitely help you, which is better than just eating whatever you want. Next mistake was skipping sleep and recovery. So staying up late playing video games or doing other things while not getting enough sleep. That's a big mistake. As you know, you need sleep to recover. So staying up late playing video games while you're tired, not getting enough sleep for you to recover to be able to do anything is not good. It's not smart. So I think we all should basically prioritize what's important because sleep is very important. Just like the training, sleep is very important. Sleep isn't for the weak, believe it or not. Along with overtraining, that will result in you having low energy. So lack of sleep and overtraining combined, you have low energy. You won't get to your goals. You're not going to be happy. Overall, it's like a domino effect. It goes down, you know, which is not what we want. Keep that in mind. And poor sleep sabotages weight loss plus muscle recovery. And if you don't recover properly, you won't be able to perform properly. Mm. If you don't recover properly, you won't be able to perform properly. You need to keep that into your head. So tip is set sleeping alarms, implement some active rest days to increase your overall recovery process. So set your alarm, basically prioritize your sleep. Make sure that you get enough sleep every night. And some days you get less sleep, you know, make sure that night you prioritize the sleeping, take naps, because sleeping is very important. I'm not a believer in naps, but these days I definitely am. I definitely am a believer in naps now because they make a huge difference. But ideally, I'd rather sleep a whole cycle. And getting enough sleep will increase your overall recovery process. Next mistake is not being consistent. Not being consistent will get you in trouble. Most people go through the start-stop cycles. They get a momentum, they start, but they don't know how to keep it going. Yeah, they start, they go full throttle, everything's going great. One little obstacle and then they stop because that rhythm, they rely so much on the rhythm and momentum. They rely solely on the rhythm and the momentum. The momentum is great, we can rely on it, but the challenge to overcome and to get better at is, hey, yeah, there's roadblocks, but we get back up and continue. That's what's going to separate you from the rest. So most people go through the start to stop cycles. They get momentum, but they don't know how to keep it going. Yeah, the know how to keep it going part is the most challenging, and I help my clients do that on a weekly basis. It is easy to let outside circumstances deter you away from your goals. Yes, practically most people do that. It's very easy to. It's almost like we don't even think about it. But when you're mindful, you're aware of that, it gets easier to overcome those things. Small daily habits made a long-term difference. So implementing small daily habits in my day-to-day life made a long-term difference overall. Like getting enough sleep, staying hydrated, resistance training, if I plan to that day, whether I feel like it or not, saying no to junk food, whether I feel like it or not. So small daily habits like that you don't think are good, you don't think are important really. Trust me, these little habits, just like these blocks right here, being consistent, the quality of food, quality of sleep will increase your performance and productivity. So all of these combined will basically help you get to your goals. Not just being consistent, not just, some quality and low quality, no. High quality everything increases your performance overall, workout performance will increase your productivity. And focus on building the routine that will lead to the results. The routine is key, it's important. It makes your life a whole lot easier. Trust me. A quick recap of all the mistakes. One thing, extreme results too fast, too soon. Yes, this ain't a video game. And even in a video game, you learn that, hey, things don't come as fast as we think. Easy come, easy go. So if you want a nice body, you know, you can't really pay for it. A nice natural body. Pay for it with the hard work. So extreme results, too fast, too soon, we don't do that over here. We know what we want, we get to the bottom of it, we create a plan, and we execute. Next, I was trying to get around it without locking into nutrition because you always hear these stories. Oh, I didn't eat super clean and I got lean. I didn't eat super clean, but I got in shape. But that's not you. Even if it is possible, think about it. Wouldn't it be better if you did everything to maximize your potential? So if that person got lean, got strong without eating healthy 100% of the time, what if you eat 100% of the time? How far would that get you? Think that. Keep that in mind. You get a competitive edge, which is always good. We all want that that competitive edge. We all want that, that step ahead. So why not do that for yourself? You know, over obsessing over weight and measuring is, I mean, over obsessing over weight. Yeah, weight fluctuates, like I spoke about in my other slides. Weight fluctuates, on a weekly, daily basis. Measuring is good with everything. However, don't overdo it. Be mindful, be smart. Don't just stretch yourself out and weigh yourself every hour. It doesn't make sense. Progress, weekly progress is what matters. Weekly progress is what matters. Another mistake I made again was no rest days. I thought the more the better, but just like everything, your body breaks down through the workouts, you recover, replenish through nutrition and the rest. So they both go hand in hand. There's no one without the other. Also, no consistency. Yeah, I was doing this, doing that. However, I wasn't consistent. I would go sometimes 4 times a week this week, 3 times a week next week, 5 times a week the next week, 7 times a week the week after that, then once a week. Not really sticking to a pattern. And the consistency is a critical aspect of this. So if you're not consistent, you're done. You're just gonna go up and down, and you're gonna left being frustrated and quitting overall. And we don't want that. We don't want quitters. It's your body, it's your mind, your spirit. You can't leave that up for a grasp. Oh, I'm just gonna do this, I'm just gonna do that. No. Make sure that you do whatever it takes that's required to get it. So you don't have to make the same mistakes that I made. Comment below which ones that you've made or avoided. Thank you guys so much. I'll talk to you later. Peace.